Steve, you want to go first?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of prep work for this week,
All
but I
right.
think I have a pretty good beer to try. Thanks to my very good friend Terry, who has a place up in Vermont. He brought a 4 pack of really cool beer back for me, um, and this happens to be one of them. And
Vermont.
it's uh, it's from the Alchemist in Vermont. I believe this one's probably brewed in Stowe now because Alchemist has two. Drew, I think you said Stowe is the newest one, right?
Yep, that's the newest larger brewery. That's at base. I think at the base of the mountain.
Yeah,
So it's yeah, their bigger facility.
pretty cool. But it is, from what I understand, and this is my limited knowledge, it is the older brother apparently to Heady Topper, which
Oh.
empty can. Yeah, because I only had the one.
For good reason.
It's still sitting up on my shelf next to my empty crowlers from a couple of the past shows. So I thought, since this lovely can arrived in my hands just a day ago, I thought it would be a great idea to crack this open and taste it because I do love Heady Topper. So
It is a good beer.
this being the precursor to Heady Topper, this has got to be pretty good. So I will let you hear the first crack of the can.
Oh.
There it is.
It could also be the beer they fucked up the first, and like let's make a better one.
Yeah.
It's a new topper.
Hey, there's nothing
We'll
wrong
find
with
out.
2.0, as long as the 2.0 is better. So yeah, I'm gonna just depart slightly from the drink from the can rules, which are always clearly marked on Alchemist, just so we can see a little bit of the color. But I will still drink from the can for most of the.
Now you're just showing off, Steve.
But I
Now
just
you're
wanted
just
to.
showing off.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we all got a chance to see.
Green Giant. What's up, man? How are you?
It's Gatorade.
That's all right. So there we go. Yeah, really light yellow color. This is not and in fact, I think you probably already have it up, but it's a 7% beer. So we're not talking about something that's too heavy, and a little bit of lacing, not really a heavy duty looking beer at all.
What's the I guess the alcohol content compared to ABV compared to
Heady,
Heady Topper?
let's just
Ranger, thank you for the host too. Appreciate it,
I
man.
have the can, which is Heady Topper is 8% by
Oh,
volume.
so it's not that far off, but
No.
okay.
So it is better.
So yeah, Heady Topper.
It's got 1%, so it's a little bit better than that.
I'm gonna
Right.
take
Gotcha.
Wow.
It's pretty effervescent.
Same,
Toaster,
just
thank you for the host.
same kind of great nose that Heady Topper has,
What's up, man?
and out of the glass for sure. So
Nice glass, by the way. Where'd you get that?
I'm using my my double background glass. I figured since they were kind enough to give us some swag,
Yeah.
the live broadcast that we did a couple weeks ago, I figured I'd use their glass too. So cheers.
Yeah, it's a Devil's Backbone night. I got my backbone hat.
Get the backbone hat on, yeah. Oh wow. You know what? This has actually got to me at least, it's got a little bit more of a really an acute bite at the front than Heady Topper does. But it's still really, really delicious hops, and I'm definitely a mega hops fan. So I mean, I'm looking at it. Rate Beer and Beer Advocate both have this overall at 100. So that's I mean that sounds to me like a kind of a hyped score. Compared to Heady Topper, this is actually got a little bit more character, I think, than Heady Topper does, and it's only because of that bite. I like that little bit of bitterness in the front. That is still darn good. So, yeah, if this was in a lineup and I didn't see the color, I would probably not be judging it by anything else other than really, what really good hop smell this has and the taste. But yeah, this is probably a 4.5. Nice butt there, Ted.
Mm.
Oh well, you're probably not on camera right now.
No, I'm not. I think I'm looking for my fucking hats.
I just realized I forgot to feedback.
No one can see me walking around like an asshole.
He's dropping his.
It's okay, we can.
He's dropping his headphones. He's dropping his pants.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, Focal Banger as the elder brother
Mm.
to Heady Topper, I would say quite delicious. And if I had the two of them side by side, I would probably be able to do a better judge.
That'd be interesting.
But yeah, that I think that that was a little bit of a strong hit at the beginning, and I try to keep my palate cleansed for this can. So I was trying to make sure that it was nice and clean and prepared for this one. That was really good. I kind of like that. I like a little bit of a zap. And if, in fact, if it's in the beginning instead of the end, if it's a lingering bitterness, that's not as great. But this has got a real, I think, a clean end to it. It's really, really good on the front end, though. Nice. So yeah, cheers, guys. I would say this is a 4.5 in my book.
Ooh,
I'm a pretty generous beer person when it comes to scores. So 4.5 is up there with probably a lot of the beers that I've rated, but that's this is an easy score for at least for me.
Oh wow!
Now that beer looks filtered. Is it clear?
So I don't know if the color's coming through, but it's here.
It looks very bright yellow. It looks almost like a lemon lime Gatorade kind of thing.
Very bright yellow.
I mean, in comparison to the Heady Topper, which is like it has that haziness, right? So
yeah,
okay.
I would say
small chill haze probably.
Yeah. Like I said, if I saw this in a glass compared to some other beers, I would probably be jaded right away by looking at the color.
Yeah, it's bright.
Yeah.
I don't know what grain would do that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
almost neon.
Yeah, seriously. You shut out the light, you could probably see that shit glow.
So it's just not the camera. It really is that
okay.
Fluorescent.
Because for people who don't know in chat, Heady Toppers, which is sort of ranked the top sort of 3 IPAs in the U.S. On the can and on this can it says to drink from the can. Don't pour it in a glass. Right. The reason why they say that is they have flakes of yeast and hops in there. It's like so freshly packed with hops that there's still hop bits and like lupulin like floating in the beer.
Yeah.
So that's what my sort of suspicion why they sort of keep it in the can. But this can here it says drink from the can. It is a very bright, clean beer.
Yep.
That was my sort of.
Yeah, I didn't get anything coming out, but when I get closer to the bottom of the can, I'll see if I can remember to pour out a little bit more just to see.
Yeah.
Waiting, because I've been treating this very, very gently.
Shake it up.
Yeah, I didn't shake it or anything. Didn't turn it upside down.
Focal is clean and Heady is hype. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you guys for the raid, by the way, Toaster. Do appreciate that, man. And welcome, guys. Anybody who does not know who we are, my name is Escape Time, and I do a beer talk show, which you're watching right now. So cheers to that. Yeah, T-shirt, definitely. CMS hype right now. Drew, do you want to do your beer review?
For sure.
Boom. Oh, wait,
Boom.
Shit, what the hell happened here? Oh, I pushed the wrong button. I have so many screens.
You shut the whole thing down.
Uh-oh.
Boom, boom. Hey. There we go.
All good?
Yeah, we're all good. You're all set.
All right. Now,
dun, dun, dun.
At PAX, they'll Ted and I did a beer trade.
Oh, yeah.
Hype it up in Discord. That sort of, I brought how many beers? 5 beers from Vermont. He brought a few up from Pennsylvania, and this is actually one of the ones I'm trying. It's the Chamonix Creek's County Line IPA.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
It's a 5 hop IPA. I believe the hops used in this beer, I had it listed. It is Warrior, Chinook, Columbus, Simcoe, and Centennial. Should be interesting because they're all those hops are listed as bittering hops in the brewing world. Warrior comes off very, I guess, sharp. Sorry if that's sort of nondescript. Chinook, piney and spicy. Columbus, kind of like Fuggles, so it's earthy, a darker, like sort of earthier tone. It's hard to sort of describe what that is. Simcoe, I'll leave at the end. Centennial, which is very much a pine and citrus forward hoppy beer. I guess it's the closest thing to the aroma hop, something that really punches your face sort of when you smell it. Well, the Simcoe too, I guess, because Simcoe is a big descriptor. Nice hat, Ted.
Yeah.
Is
just start changing hats every single time we go back to the scene.
That'd be great. Simcoe's big. Big descriptor.
I did.
The big descriptor is resinous, dank, and above all, cat pissy. Is the actual term that comes off almost ammonia, very astringent. But
Ooh, we're using the word of the week. Nice.
I did it.
There we go.
But also, it's not my most favorite hop, so I should see sort of how that comes up in this beer. It's very distinguishable. You can pick it out of any beer that There's obviously Simcoe in this beer. So let's see if I can smell it. No, thank God. I guess no one wants to beer smell like cat piss. But it's
No.
very, very piney.
No cat piss beers.
Piney first, sort of. I guess as this can sort of shows, it's pine trees on one side and a bunch of limes on the other. So you do get very citrus pine note. Not a whole lot of mango or like pineapple, other kind of flavors you'd find in an IPA. Kind of a sweet smell. I guess that could be that citrus note. But let's take a look, see. Ooh. And I'm drinking out my PAX glass.
Oh, it's time.
There we go. What a pour. Okay. Now that I poured out, I can definitely smell Simcoe. It's I still get the sort of pine lime flavor or scent in there, but there's a little something else in there. Sort of a little, I don't know. Working in a veterinary office, I can definitely distinguish what that smell is. It is a little pissy. It's a little pissy.
I've never smelled pee in that beer.
Once again,
respect
veterinary office.
Respect the reviewer's opinions.
Oh yeah.
Word of the week. Use the word of the week.
Cat piss. But flavor-wise, it is stringent. It is not that. It's not very Simcoe forward, which I'm very surprised about and happy about. I do get a lot of the pine, probably from the Chinook and Warrior and Centennial. That's sort of the first flavor I get, and then I sort of get sort of a pine pitchy bitterness, pretty astringent. I'll bring that up. It's almost to the level of like oversteeped tea. That same kind of flavor, that very dry note, but it doesn't end dry. It sort of goes pine, dry pine flavor, and then finishes citrusy. Kind sort of almost lime-like, lime to clementine kind of flavor, sort of aroma. But I think luckily, that since I don't sort of get a whole lot of that Simcoe, which is sort of the bane of my kind of hop world, is that one hop, because I always think of it as much of a cat piss ammonia smell, but I don't get much of it. So I would say it's around a 4 to maybe 3.5.
Okay.
I don't know if our halves are still in the
no halves
in the
are
rule
fine.
book.
Half are still
Cool.
fine. I remember
All right.
last week
No
I screwed
no
it up.
3/4. Okay.
No 3/4. Oh, you can do fourths. I don't care. Whatever. It's fine.
But yeah, it would be rated a little higher if sort of that pine pitch sort of flavor, that sort of resiny flavor, was a little subdued. Because after sort of the finish of the beer, that comes back and stays and lingers a little longer. That sort of puts me off a little bit. It's way in the back of my mouth, sort of just hanging out. But I don't know, I always prefer sort of a little more citrus flavor for citrus forward IPA. But the pine flavor sort of, if it sort of calls it out in the label, that's going to be a pine citrus beer. It's pretty balanced along those two flavors, but it's more the pine flavor, which is my least favorite of the two on an IPA. But yeah, I would stick with more the 3.5 to 4.
Okay.
I would get it again though. I prefer sort of more the pine IPAs in the spring,
right?
And sort of more the citrus sort of year round.
You know, the artwork on their cans are always hilarious.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got me like 3. They're always pretty great.
Yeah, they do some good stuff on it. But yeah. So I'm really just gonna take this hat off because this hat is just ridiculous.
Oh, come on, we didn't see it.
I don't want to be the Irish guy that goes around and does this stupid fucking hat. You know,
ID.
That'd be horrible. Yeah. All right. So Anna's been in here like 5 times. She's like, "Are you drinking the beer yet? Are you drinking the beer yet? Are you drinking the beer yet?" So I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna text her, and she's probably gonna run up here. She doesn't want to be on screen, but that's fine. We'll be all right. Capus is a description here all the time. Love it, and the Chamonix makes alright beers. it all right. I think they make better than all right beers. I like some of their I like a lot of their beers, but again, it is their opinion. It is the opinion of the. We all have a different opinion, which is good. All right, so today I'm doing the Sunday Morning Stout by Weyerbacher, another local company to Pennsylvania. I've never had this beer before, but they always have this lovely gesture on it. This wasn't their logo for a while, and I think maybe over the last, what was it, 5 years, Steve? I think it was this. They finally put the gesture on it.
Yeah, that was like that.
Yeah, it's a stout aged in bourbon barrels with coffee. It's about 12.7%. So thank God it's in a small bottle. That would be bad. It would be a long night. If I had a crowler full of this shit, I'd be screwed. So let's gonna crack this open. I'm gonna text Ann so she can come and give her opinion of this as well. Let's crack this bad boy open. That's gonna be boozy. Yes, it is. I don't really smell the bourbon when I pop it open right off the bat. I thought I would, but this is a very dark stout. Obviously, it's a stout. So, but you know, here's the thing. It's became winter suddenly again.
Yeah, I have 3 feet in my backyard.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh.
It's still snowing.
It's still snowing. Oh crap!
Yeah.
So this is. I can smell the coffee right off the bat. The head is obviously a little bit darker. You can see.
Always a good sign.
Always a good sign, definitely. I don't really smell a boozy scent in it, and I'm drinking out of my oh my goodness, my Guinness beer glass because it is St. Patrick's Day this weekend, so why not? It's supposed to have it's a bourbon aged. Let's see, bourbon barrel, aged in bourbon barrels. It doesn't tell me how long it's been aged in there, but it's supposed to awaken your senses to the flavors.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is very boozy. I do get hints of like chocolate out of it, which is obvious from this type of style. Maybe a little bit of vanilla, and maybe that's because of the barrels they aged in. It's quite possibly. If it was oak, maybe you get a little bit of the vanilla in there. I know we just bottled our red wine, and the oak stave that we put in there added a huge amount of vanilla, so you might be getting some of that from there. It doesn't smell boozy, but it is definitely very boozy. It feels like I'm drinking a shake. It's very thick. It's my
nice
mouth taste.
Very viscous.
That's gonna be another word. One word of the week sometime soon.
You're welcome.
That's right. What's the one you want to do next week?
Diacetyl.
Wow.
We're going for all
diacetyl.
the diacetyl. We're going for all the hardcore terms here. And here comes the booze. Yep. It is very, very thick tasting. It and like I said, it feels like just on my tongue it feels like it's just lingering, you know.
Do you get that boozy tingle too? Like when you get like a very alcoholic beer, you sort of sometimes get a little
there's
twang.
Definitely a little bit of a twang. I guess twang. Let's see. I mean, it is very boozy, but it's 12%. I would expect nothing less from this type of thing. Rarely am I surprised by beers that are this high that gets a that you once in a while you get a beer like this and you're like, oh crap, I don't even taste the alcohol. This is going to be bad. So bad in a good way because I won't taste it, and next thing you know, it goes down super fast, and next thing you know, well, I've had a few, so it's good fun. But I mean, other than that. I mean, it just really the coffee flavor isn't as prominent as the scent. I mean, it's there, but it's not like I'm drinking a cup of coffee. It's kind of blended in there nicely.
To hit the word of the week, is it any sort of very bitter roasted notes, like a bitter coffee kind of thing, or is it just sort of like a smoother? It's smoother coffee. Okay,
it's sweet. It's like drinking. I mean, I don't drink coffee, so I wouldn't know what to compare it to. Cappuccino isn't. I don't even know what they're really.
Yeah.
What's up, Papa Chubbs? How are you, man? We don't howl here. That's all Seth's thing, man. But you can howl for Seth. He's here. So he was here. I don't know if he's here anymore, but he was here for a little bit.
Hashtag howl for South.
Yes, howl for Seth. Seth's still here. What's up, Seth? Yeah, seriously, we should do that. Hal for Saf. There you go. Caramel a little bit, but I've been letting this sit here for a little while we were. I brought this up when I was like, we started the countdown, so that was like over 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get into how the week was. The week was fantastic.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness, I got a lot of things to show you guys.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Ted, I hate you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I thought. Oh, that's okay. It's your shirt or your class. Whatever.
Yep. It's not my shirt. I got the CMS shirt. Malty, very malty. But I think more borderline like a sweet caramel. But there is some malt. But I mean, malty has got that sweet flavor as well. It's a good stout. I would give this probably a 3.5, only because it is very boozy, and something like this. I mean, I was expecting it. I picked it up as 12%, 12.7. You know, but I don't necessarily like boozy beers. But if you took away the boozy flavor of this, the alcohol that you get from the high alcohol of this, and kind of hit it somehow and still kept the 12%, I would give this a 4. But since it's not, I don't really get the bourbon too much, and it might be covered up by the coffee and the caramel and the vanilla.
Sure.
But it's a good beer. I mean, I would recommend it if you guys get a chance to get this. It is local to Pennsylvania. I'm not sure how far they distribute, but if you do get a chance to get this, I would definitely recommend it. Again, go ahead.
I would much like to see how that beer would be a year later, like aging it out.
Oh, this would probably
because that would probably kick out the sort of that alcohol sharpness.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it. Like I've got it. That's exactly what happened with the several episodes ago. God, I can't remember. It's like we've been how many weeks have we been live? Jesus, I can't even remember.
21 last time I checked.
21, 20. I don't know. We've been doing a bunch of different episodes. So I did the Dogfish Head. Oh damn it! There's the one where they did the special wood, Palo Santo, right? So
okay.
I had one that I had been aging for 12 years, and I did a comparison of the two. And man, I love the one that was aging. I had aged. No, maybe it was 9 years. Still a long fucking time, but I love the one that was aged was so smooth.
I was 19 when that beer came out.
Well, yeah. What's the beer I showed you the other day? It was the Triple Bock from it was in '94.
94. I just moved to Vermont. I was in first grade.
Yeah, that beer is older.
I think 94. Sammy Grace was born.
She said. I think Sammy said she was like 1 or something like that when we talked about that. That was funny shit. All right, so let's flip back here real fast to the right screen this time.
Did you do a number rating?
Oh, I did. A 3.5, I would say. 3.5 stars. Or maybe we should come up with instead of stars, I got a 1 year age SMS. We'll have side to side. That beer is older than I am. Which one? The Triple Bock? Yeah, dude. I got that in the guy was holding on to it for years apparently, but it was 94 was the first brewing of the Triple Bock maple beer that Samuel Adams did. At the time, 17%. It was the highest alcohol beer in the world before, Brew Nation, not Brew Nation, but although Brew Nation, if they had done that, I would have been really... Brewdog, thank you. If they had done that, that would have been awesome.
Oh man, Brewdog, that's a bucket list beer.
Brewdog?
Oh no, Sink the Bismarck.
Oh yeah, that beer, forget it. Yeah. You know how much that fucking costs?
I have stories about that.
Sink the Bismarck?
Yeah.
What happened with that one?
Well, trying to get it open, okay. I actually ended up with that scar on my pinky. I'll explain some other date.
Okay.
I had a hard time getting this stupid thing open because the cork had actually fused to the bottle. So I had the bright idea of using kitchen shears to try to grab it.
No.
Oh no!
very small piece of finger that I lost.
I tried. So midgets here says